Good morning. My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com. Let's do a quick little Apple update to start the week. So a lot of people have been saying and asking me, Red Dog, has Apple changed? Red Dog, can we trust this Apple? What I will say is, since post-earnings, the stock's been trading a lot different, a lot better. But we have to put it in perspective that it was an oversold bounce within a pretty much nasty downtrend. But it all depends also how you look at it, what trend. So the question is, if this time is different, we can measure it in certain ways. And if you look at the chart here of Apple, you will see that ever since the 700 top, it was in a fast and furious downtrend controlled by this all the way until finally, it broke it right here. Remember that trade? That was when we did the two different call spreads and wound up failing. Okay, this was post earnings, went below this 419 pivot, and then this was your post earnings right thereafter. Okay, that's when it turned into a better trade when it went above 419. That's when people saw me, put it on both my accounts, and we talked about this 420 trade. 420 trade went real quickly, went through the 50-day, held the 50-day, and gave you another push all the way up towards this 469 pivot. So last week we had our first pullback. Some people think it was because it went ex-dividend, and that that basically a lot of people can get the dividend, and that buying pressure has been relieved. But you still have a massive buyback, and you also still have a stock that's been battered and bruised from 700 down to where I put the pivot low, and this was not too much of a reflex move. It was a tradable one that some traders benefited by. Okay, now the question is, do we hold above this 450-ish? Turn up and then take out this pivot for a move to 511, that is what I will be looking for. But again, Apple needs to show the commitment to it. So I did take some Apple on the close on Friday. I'd love to see it, hold above this moving average or hold above 450.48 for then potentially a little better action and then a nice add above this area. But if Apple does not hold and closes below Friday's low, you're going to see some people come in and start getting skeptical again. Even though it's still above the 50-day, which is the true line in the sand, every other time that this has happened, it's failed. Okay, so you had to approach it tactically. You had this Red Dog reversal, really nice move, and then when it didn't hold this level, you had to get out of the way. Then you had the start of 2013. Will Apple be different? Big rally up, gap up, couldn't hold, it failed. Okay, this was the last time I took out the 50-day, failed. So the question is, will this fail this time? So at this particular point, everyone could tell you what they think. No one truly knows, but I'll tell you what I think technically. The longer we stay above this line, I would say 445-ish, okay, the better I think the probabilities we take out this pivot. If we were to go green today and have a strong day, I think it happens sooner than if it takes more time. But at this particular point, I think that Apple is at one of those areas where it's very important. The next 3 sessions will give us better clues on whether we retest that 200-day above 500 or if it fails. Right now, I'm leaning more towards the constructive, stay intact, and I'm going to try and stay long and continue to manage this with a tier system as it shows its true complexion. Have a great day trading.